feel more confident and creative when it comes to your makeup and skincare. I'm a mom of 2. I'm married to my best friend, and we get to geek out and do nerdy podcasts together. I mean, if that isn't heaven, I don't know what is. Today I'm going to be doing a medium coverage foundation look to get ready for, drumroll please, physical therapy. I know, highlight of my life. I sadly am still suffering from long COVID, and I need work done on my body frequently. So this is like my big thing that I get to do. And because of that, I want to make sure that I am feeling my best emotionally and physically. And what I have found for me during this whole kind of crazy fun thing called long COVID is that I feel better when I get myself ready. Whether that is getting dressed or putting on my makeup or anything like that. So yes, I'm going to physical therapy and I want to look good. Let me just check this out so I can see your comments. Perfect. All right, we're going to get things started. As you watch this, do me a favor and put a hashtag hello lovely. That's your little way to give me a wave or a high five over the internet. It also lets me know that you can see this because I don't know who can see it. It's one of the crazy things about the internet is you have no idea who's there. So do me that favor with that hashtag hello lovely. I'm also having an event tomorrow night on Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Anyone and everyone is invited. It's an open house to let you know a little bit more about my company, a little bit more about what I do. There's no pressure whatsoever. You don't have to speak. There's no camera on you. You could listen while you cook or while you take care of the kids. And anyone who joins me, I am going to be giving a coffee gift card to either Starbucks or Dunkin' for your time hanging out with me. Once again, it's only 20 minutes. It's going to be super fun. So if you've purchased products from me in the past or you just want to know what it is that I do, maybe you're a little nosy, I'm nosy. You can jump on this webinar and get a coffee from me for hanging on out. I'm not going to ask anything more from you. I am in a competition. I'll tell you that. I am in a competition to see how many people we can get going on it with my team. So if you want to help me out, I would greatly appreciate it. You just drop the word coffee below and that will get things started. You know, I can even probably get that little link for you if any of you want to check it out. You would just register as a guest and write down that I invited you and you are good to meet me there on that little event. So yeah, I'm going to drop this in our comments for you. And I see Anna's there. Hi Anna, how are you? Thank you so much for the hashtag hello lovely. I love, love, love seeing you here. I'm going to put this registration right here for you. Thanks, Rachel. How are you? Great to see you. So happy. I have to not only do my physical therapy today, but I have to start to figure out my kids' Halloween costumes. Disney threw us off. That Disney trip was so good. I'm just shaking up. I'm using my Serum Plus foundation today, so I want to give it a little shake before I start my eye makeup. I always do my eyes first. I believe that doing your eyes first is going to set you up for more success in case you make a mess and you either need to clean it up, or if you make a mess and you don't like it, and you can wipe it off. You don't have to ruin everything else. But also, by doing your eyes first, it's going to let your face primer sit. The face primer is going to lock in all of your hydration, like your face serums, your moisturizer, all that kind of goodness. And it's also going to fill in fine lines and pores to let your makeup sit on it a little nicer. So normally I am really, really prepared for the holidays because I believe the holidays start at Halloween. I'm putting on some eye primer to help with these eyeshadows. So I did face primer and now eye primer. So yeah, I'm usually like really, really ahead of the game. I know what my kids want to be, and truthfully, like they have done coordinating costumes for the most part. My daughter changed her mind about her costumes last year, I think 3 times within the week of Halloween. So she ended up being some like unicorn kitty thing that she made up with like things that she found. So it was perfect. I didn't have to spend a lot of money on it. But yeah, in the past we've done like Harry Potter themed or How to Train Your Dragon themed, and it's been cute and great. This year, my son definitely wants to be a Pokemon trainer, and I don't know if that means his own take on a Pokemon trainer or if he wants to be Ash from Pokemon. So I have found different little things about Ash, the character. I'm using Addiction Shadow Palette, by the way, number 10. I want to quickly show you this. It's so pretty. great like neutral eyeshadows. My eyeshadow palettes are on sale this month. So this one, as I said, it's number 10. So this is the one I'm playing with today, but I'll show you number 9. And I have 2 others that you can see at minutewithmary.com in the October special. So this is palette number 9. So pretty. These are great for beginners. These will honestly last you well over a year. You can do soft neutral looks, glam looks. These one compacts will set you up for success, I'm telling you. So my son wants to be a Pokemon trainer, and I did some Pinterest searching and I found some ideas of what I can do to make him look like a Pokemon trainer. And to be honest, he is so easygoing. He's such a great kid. Oh my God, I just adore him. I tell him all the time, he's my happy thought. If you know, Peter Pan, you have to think of a happy thought. He's my happy thought. He made me a mommy, so he makes me happy. But for him, with this Pokemon trainer situation, he can wear jeans. I can find him like a little vest. He'll wear his Pokemon hat, maybe have a Pokemon ball on him, and he'll be good to go. Like it's more about, you know, what they think they are. Like my neighbors don't know what a Pokemon trainer is. He'll just be happy knowing he's that. I'm gonna go in, let's see, yesterday I did a trio of shadows. I did these 3. And today, I kind of want to do things a little differently. I think I'm going to do these 3, the center 3. So what's cool with this is it's like tic-tac-toe. 3 in a row, diagonally, up and down is always going to give you a great look. But to be honest, all 9 of these shades complement each other beautifully. So you really can't mess it up. But I am going to start things off with a base shade right here. You can always use a pressed powder, a translucent setting powder, just because you don't want your eye primer, if you do wear eye primer, which I do recommend for oily lid people, or maybe if you have hooded eyelids like myself, you want to have like a little base so that it's not super grippy. So that's what I'm going to go in with, is this top matte shade right there. So yeah, he is easygoing. Rachel says, I hear ya. Doodles has a different idea every single day, and I need to know for sure because I almost always make something for her. That's so great. Yes, I'll be making my son's for sure. And he's been steady. He's been steady with this idea that he wants to be a Pokemon trainer. Okay, easy. And then my daughter, my little lass, she keeps going back and forth. She wanted to be a character from the Descendants movies, and she wanted the full costume that she sees, you know, at Target or whatever. And then she'll say that she wants to actually be a Pokemon. They sell some Pokemon costumes, others they don't, so that would be interesting. When we were in Disney, which one was that? The Animal Kingdom, however, she did buy the headpiece and the tail to Avatar. So since Disney, she has said that she wants to be an Avatar for Halloween, which will be so cool and also kind of hysterical because that movie like isn't really made for kids. But my kids watched it. We did fast forward through a lot of like, you know, more swearing. They swear a lot in that one. Which I gotta tell you, does anyone else kind of like roll their eyes when characters in movies that honestly could be PG or maybe it's PG-13, they swear, and for what reason? Like, why do you not have a more extensive vocabulary than these simple curses? You know, I just don't get it. I mean, once in a while here or there, I get it, but particularly if it's something that you think kids are gonna watch. I'll never forget, we watched the new Jumanji with The Rock, and one of the characters, he just like, I think it was the S word. I forget which one it was, but it was just like, there was like silence, and then he came in and it was just like, blah. And so my kids, of course, were like, what's that? And I'm like, well, that means poop. Why would he yell poop right now? And I'm like, I don't know why he would yell poop right now. That's a really great question, children. But that is technically a swear, so we're not going to use it. So yeah, it's something that, you know, anyway, there was a fair amount of cursing in Avatar. And I just don't understand why people choose to do that. Anyway, so we fast forwarded through some of those, or we just had conversations that we don't repeat those outside the household or to grandma when she comes over. And, but yeah, if she wants to be an Avatar, I need to go find light blue or tealish, like leggings and a shirt, and then of course face paint. I mean, that's going to be the piece de resistance, is the face paint. So we're going to see how things go. All right, I laid down this shade. It kind of added like a taupe. It's a little bit darker than my natural lid. I might have, now that I'm thinking about it, I might have instead put a little concealer down just because I didn't really cover my freckles the way I usually like to, but it's okay because I got to go to physical therapy, so we're here for it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a more densely packed brush, and I'm going to go in with this matte brown shade right here. These are all cool tone shades. So cool tone means it has more of like a gray or a bluish tone as opposed to more of a yellow or orange shade to it. So if you have found that yellow or orangey shades don't work for you, this palette will be great. And if you don't know your undertone, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you on out. So yeah, so she thinks she's gonna be an avatar. I've never really done extensive face paint on my children. So we're gonna have to do a trial run. And they do have a Halloween party this weekend at their school. So that would be really cool if I get to try it out there. I may be going down to New York City again, however, because one of my best friends who moved to Chicago during the past couple of years, she used to live in Brooklyn, and I would go to New York. Hi, Sarah, great to see you. How you been doing, my friend? How are you and the girls, and how is that job going? When's your first concert? Sarah just jumped back into teaching music. She's a fellow musician we met in college, doing our music thing together, so I'm just so excited for you. Yes, Rachel, that's what I was thinking is I'm going to have to message Tony to be like, help me out. Oh my gosh, let me know what to get. So yeah, my kids have a Halloween party Saturday night at their school. It's super fun and cute. The only issue is that I may not be able to go because my girlfriend, as I said, is coming in. She works for a company that's based out of New York, and they might be having her in. All right, what I just did right now, it's called a transition shade. It's in and around your crease. I bring it up higher, more onto that eye socket bone right there because I do have hooded eyes, and I bring it out a little bit here towards the end of my eye. This allows me to have a nice, soft, natural look with definition in my eyes. You can stop here. Like, this is where you can stop if you want to. I am gonna go in with that green shade, however, to add a pop of green to my look today. And with that, I'm just gonna do your regular deluxe brush. Everybody kind of has one of these ones, and I'm just going to pat that product onto my lid to make it nice and fun. So right here, I'm just going to press it. But yeah, so I'm going to have to look up some pictures of Avatar, and I'm slightly nervous to commit to it because, as I said, my little lass has a history of changing her mind all the time when it comes to her costumes. So I don't want to buy all this face paint and practice it and then have her say, never mind. And then the other issue is that if she does want to be an avatar, and then if I do go to New York City and I can't paint her face, that means Blake's going to have to paint her face. And Blake is actually a much better artist than myself. Oh my gosh, if he did Minute with Mary makeup, you guys. Like if Blake did makeup, holy smokes, he would be so good. He's just such a natural artist. So I trust that he can do it. I don't know if he has the patience to do it because that is like a full face of makeup when you do Avatar. So I'm a little nervous, but on the flip side, I have not seen this friend in real life since pre-COVID. And I used to see her at least once a season. She's actually the godfather to my little lad. Godmother to our little lad. And I'm just doing a little extra layers. So what I like with these more shimmers, so the purple and the green here are shimmers, as is this white. When you just do a light layer, or if you're using a fluffier brush, it really doesn't have a lot of shimmer to it. Like you can use it more as a base shade, but if you really want it to be pigmented or have that sparkle, you just need to go over it a little bit more. Another tip that you could do is actually to take some setting spray and either spray it on your eyes or spray it on your brush. I'm just gonna spray it on my eyes quickly. And then you pat it on, and this is going to give it extra hold. It's like you just put, glue or hairspray on your eyes. But as I said, you can spray your brush, you can spray the eyeshadow itself, and this makes it more pigmented. And you can do this with any of your eyeshadows. If you're like, oh, I want it to, be stronger, just use some setting spray or even rose water. Sarah says, thanks, we are good. Very fun to be back in the classroom. First performance is Veterans Day Assembly in a few weeks, and then 2 different winter concerts in December. Oh my gosh, Sarah, I am so excited. So excited for you. That's one thing that my kids' school doesn't seem to have, and it hasn't come back over the past couple of years, is like a band program. Just taking my fluffy blending brush just to ease out any of those edges. There we go. So that's kind of like a simple, very simple kind of 2 eyeshadow's really showing, I used that light one as more of a base, but this will give you an idea. I used this brown as the transition shade around that brow bone or eye socket bone right there, and then I patted the green shimmer all on the lower lid. I absolutely love it. And this is allowed time for my face to set with the face primer so I can go in with some foundation. All right, let's get this party started. Yeah, so they don't have a band program back. I think they used to have band, because I remember when we were visiting the school that kids had band instruments, and now they don't. And the music teacher they have right now, she is not an instrumentalist. I think I don't know if she's teaching the kids ukulele. I just don't know. They don't do recorder. They don't do any of that stuff. So luckily I'm a musician and I'm a music teacher, so I could teach my kids, but it's just been hard because I'm shaking it because I'm just trying to get the last bits. I have to get a refill. I didn't think I would be pale this quickly. This is my like winter shade over organza. What I like to do, honestly, is I like to put the product on a little plate or the back of a makeup thing, and then I pat my brush into it. You can also put the product directly onto the brush. The one thing that I don't like about, you can even put it directly onto your face. I sometimes don't like to do that because it might seep into the bristles unless you do it like really quickly. So it's all up to personal preference. Some people like to use a blending bud with this. This is the Serum Plus Foundation, so it has skincare built inside of it. You do need to shake it up really, really well because it is like half makeup, half skincare, but great anti-aging properties to it and just an incredible like skin-like finish. I really, really love it. Yeah, so we're trying to debate, we meaning me, I'm trying to debate if I should just start teaching my kids or if I should make the time and money investment in getting them lessons with somebody elsewhere. And it's kind of foolish because I'm like, I can do this. Like, this is what I do. I teach kids music. So I could just teach my kids, particularly any band instrument, piano and singing. But my kids don't even listen to me all the time when I ask them to clean their room. So it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. Yeah, Sarah, it is a bummer. A lot of regrowth happening in many music programs. I totally, totally agree. And my concern is, so my kids' school goes until 5th grade. They're in a charter school. It goes until 5th grade. And, you know, that's the grade typically. Let me know about when your school, Sarah. That's the grade, at least that's the grade that I got my band instrument, was 5th. I played the clarinet in 5th grade. So I just gonna add a little bit more for extra coverage. This right here would be more of a medium coverage, by the way. I'm just gonna kind of touch up some areas where like my age spots are showing a little more that don't make me feel too confident, so I can, you know, use this little magic eraser called makeup to get rid of it. So yeah, so they only go up to 5th grade. So if and when, you know, they're obviously going to graduate from this school and they'll move on to a middle school. And I assume that many middle school band programs also have like a beginner band class for kids who didn't have, you know, band in say the 5th grade or whatever. But then you're behind. Sarah says our 4th graders get to start in band. Our school is pre-K through 8th grade. Awesome. Yeah, in my school system, the kids, you know, this is back in the 80s, the kids could do string instruments in 4th grade, and then band instruments started in 5th grade. So the string kids got 2 years starting that, and then, or they started 4th grade, and then they got to do 4th through 6th, because back in the old days, you know, you went through 6th grade. And then, yeah, band instruments were 5th and 6th grade in my day. So I don't know. I think I'm going to start them and then we're going to see how things go. I do have a lot of music schools and friends who I know could also give them lessons, but we're going to see. Because then there's the pressure too that if they're taking lessons from somebody else and if it's a really, really busy week or if they're sick or whatever, I'm going to feel the pressure like, come on guys, we do need to practice, you know, because we're paying money and we're going to be showing up or whatever. And yet if I'm their teacher, I know what's going on, you know? And mind you, like, no teacher's gonna be like, shame on you, little 9-year-old, for not practicing while you were sick, but you know what I mean. It's like you want to get, you want to make sure that you're making the most of their time and of your time. And so we're gonna figure that out. Taking a little bit of my skincare infused concealer. Now I am using the same shade as my skin. organza in both the concealer and the foundation. This is great for those of you who do not want to necessarily highlight. Highlighting is very, very popular, particularly with like younger people. You know, it's brightening different areas of their face, but I will tell you that if you have physical bags in your eyes, you may not want to highlight that awfully much. That might not be something that you're like, yeah, I want everyone to see this. You may just want more color correcting. So I'm using the same shade as my foundation with this really full coverage concealer, and I'm patting with a damp blending bud, and I just sprayed it with setting spray. So the same thing I used for my eyes, I just kind of misted it over this, and I'm patting that concealer while the setting spray dries. And what this is going to do is it's going to thin out the viscosity of the concealer a bit, but it also sets it in place. So by my patting until it's dry, that's going to really keep it in place so it doesn't want to move. But it's going to give me that full coverage that I want. Now I bring it up into this corner, so I am going to have to touch up my eyeshadow there a bit, but that's okay. It's totally worth it. Sarah said, I didn't start on a band instrument until 6th grade. It's never too late, and with a musically inclined family, I bet they would catch on quick. I agree, Sarah. I totally agree. And Sarah said, the practice part is so tricky, especially in a world where everyone wants instant gratification. Music is not an instant gratification field. Agreed. Agreed. There is some time and effort put into it. Luckily, my son, who of course is the one that I would really kind of be working on an instrument with right now, he is patient when it comes to art forms. So he's had some, you know, piano experience, and we did virtual piano lessons, and we might start that back up. He really liked his virtual piano teacher. We tried some local piano lessons with a nearby teacher. She was so bad. She was so bad. I was so upset because I was like, oh my gosh, we got a music studio right down the road and it's super affordable. And then this way she can be the bad guy and I don't have to be the bad guy because my kids do not want to curve their fingers. They're like flat hands, and I have to keep being like, do your dragon claws or whatever I tell my kids. So I was excited to try somebody else out, and she was, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to describe her. Like, first off, you go into the music room and you're like, this has been the same since the 50s. The dad's listening to like controversial radio news, wicked loud. Not the dad, the husband, who like helps run the shop. And she was on her phone all the time, talking to people about deliveries to her house, making other lessons. She wouldn't actually like play for the kids. She would just say, oh, my least favorite word as a teacher, no. No, that wasn't it. Try again. No, that wasn't it. Try again. I was like, oh my God. A, you're not even telling them what they're doing wrong. B, you're not showing them. And C, stop saying no. Stop saying no. Compliment what they did right and then show them how to improve. So yeah, it was funny because we just tried her over the summer. And then the last day when she was on her phone, the entire time, I'm just taking my foundation brush, and what I'm doing is kind of going around the edges to make sure that the concealer and the foundation are well blended. But you can see it's essentially like one flat color. I don't have what's called highlighting. I don't need that for for physical therapy. And I'm just gonna blend that eyeshadow in that corner so I don't have any harsh lines from the concealer. Blend that a little bit right there. Awesome. All right, I'm going to top this off with a little bit of Behold setting powder. If you are someone who's purchased my Behold setting powder, this is sun setting. We do have a different setting powder, which is my Prime and Set, but if this is your jam, you need to get it before Halloween. It is a translucent setting powder. I don't know, it's been like a fan favorite, but they're finding that they are, you know, people are enjoying the other one, the Prime and Set powder, a little bit more. So we're moving in that direction, but I wanted to use it to remind myself that if you like this one, you need to grab it this month at Minute with Mary. Yeah, so I left that teacher and I told the kids like, okay, I'm going to be your music teacher. So I'm just putting this to set that foundation. If you wear liquid foundation, you do want to put some kind of a setting powder on top, not necessarily to mattify it, but just to kind of lock it in place so that way, if you put powder products on top of it, a powder bronzer, a powder blush, that they don't get stuck. You know, you need to have like a little buffer, just like I did for my eyeshadows. All right, I'm gonna go in with some of that bronzer that I was just talking about. This is the shade Light to warm my face back up. So yeah, I told my kids, like, we're not going to go see her anymore. And they were so cute. They were like, she plays baby stuff for us. Like, she makes us play baby stuff. And she doesn't even talk to us. And I was like, I know. I didn't like her. But if I'm going to be your music teacher, you need to treat me with respect when we're doing it. You need to listen when I'm asking you to practice. So they both agreed. And we're just going to see how things go. Sarah says, they need constructive criticism. Exactly, Sarah. She put us down because I had, of course, a virtual teacher through the pandemic, and he arranged pieces that my son really liked, and then he would teach him through that. So my son was playing pretty complex pieces, more almost like Suzuki method. Like, he would hear it and then he'd be able to play it. He knew the notes. Like, the teacher would say, like, okay, this is this note, this is that note, but it wasn't hardcore theory based. But my son had fun and he enjoyed it, and to me, that's what you want. You want kids having fun with music, and then the more they enjoy it, the more they're going to want to learn more about the theory and things like that. So this teacher, the one we broke up with, essentially, she was reprimanding us because my kids didn't know all of the notes on the scale and all these different, I just couldn't, on the staff, I mean. So, goodbye, lady. You're not fun. I'm taking my favorite fall shade of blush. This is the shade Surreal. It's got a nice purple undertone to it. Really love how this brings out some of the berry shades that we see outside on the trees. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. I wanted to get through Disney. Like, really, I wanted to get through Disney, see how my kids were adjusting to their new homework levels and activity levels. And as we start to slow things down, like, my daughter has less dance practices now because they've already done Disney. So she still has her weekly Irish step dancing class, but it's not a lot extra. And my son will be wrapping up soccer. So we are going to be moving on to wintertime activities, but I think they'll have a lot of fun playing Christmas songs, which they're simplified versions of. So I think that is how I'm going to go. It'll be like around Christmas, and by Christmas, I mean November 1st. We flip things over. We start our Christmas music as soon as I possibly can. So I go heavy with blush, as you can see, and then I just take that setting powder brush and I just sweep it upwards. This is how I prefer to do my makeup because I am a part vampire this time of year. I like to add in some color with some blush. There we go. Come on, hair. I don't want to eat my hair. All right, let's wrap this up so I can head on over to my physical therapy. I'm going to comb out these brows with a brow liner. So don't forget, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, if you are free, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to treat you to coffee, either Starbucks or Dunkin'. You just comment coffee below. You will join me for a 20-minute webinar all about my makeup and the nonprofit that I support, and a little bit more about what I do, whether it's something you're interested in learning about, or it's just maybe you are nosy and you want to see what it is that I do, or maybe you buy my products and you'd like a little bit more knowledge about why this company was even created and what we support. So you just comment coffee below. There's no video on you. You don't have to speak or anything. You literally just like listen, and if you want to, you can watch the webinar. But it's open to all. And as I said, I'm sending a coffee card, and the first 5 people, I have to check because I might have already filled the spots, but the first 5 people who register, I'm also giving a personalized one-on-one makeup consultation. So the 5 people and I, one-on-one, will meet, and I will do makeup with them. I will have them like show me anything that is giving them difficulties. I will really kind of break down with them anything that they want me to help them with that they have with their makeup at home. So if you would like that, make sure you comment coffee, or you can register. The link is in the comments. I already put it there. You'll put me as the person who invited you, and you would be a guest. Rachel says, speaking of Christmas music, Backstreet Boys released a Christmas album on Friday. How did I not know this, Rachel? Oh yeah, I've been tired and traveling, right? That's how I didn't know it. But goodness gracious, I'm so excited. You're going to have to tell me your favorite track so I can listen to that right away. I'm going to curl these little lashes. So I'm going to physical therapy for a couple of things. I actually have 2 different physical therapists. My body is just crazy right now. It's bananas. It's bananas. I've been a mess. Where's my lash primer? There it is. Okay, phew. Lash primer, Can't live without this. If you love mascara, I'm telling you, you need to get Lash Primer. It is a game changer. It's a deep conditioning treatment for your lashes. It helps separate it. It's going to give your favorite mascara even more stellar results. So those of you who've tried Lash Primer, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Honestly, it's like one of my favorite things. It's a great gift for the mascara wearers in your life. And I'm going to wear Twisted. So I'm using the small wand first, putting it towards the base of those lashes and pulling it on up. The Twisted mascara is going to give you a lot of great separation. I got mascara on my eyelid again. I'm telling you, you can do what I do because I make a mess of myself every single time I go live. Look at that little dot right there. Goodness me. I'm going to leave that alone to let it dry. Anyway, this mascara gives you separation to your lashes. So if you're someone who likes more of a natural look, this is going to be the one you're going to want to try. And then if you spin it here on the silver, not above it, it's going to give you a bigger wand for a bit more volume, kind of comb things through a little bit more. So it really has a lot of versatility to it, and has biotin and keratin inside this mascara to really help nourish those lashes. Rachel says their version of Last Christmas is so fun. That was the first one I listened to, and then I added it to my Spotify playlist that I created that is just different versions of Last Christmas, every single one I could find. Oh my gosh. You are killing me. Rachel, did you see the movie Last Christmas? Tell me that, with Emilia Clarke. Now I'm letting that little mascara smudge dry. When you get mascara on your face and it's on top of makeup, you need to let it dry, because if you touch it right away, it's gonna smudge. You need to let it dry, and then once it's dry, you can easily flake it away with a spoolie. You can rub it easier with like a Q-tip. Rachel taught me this great tip. She actually keeps her mascara wand after she's done with her mascara and washes it, and then uses that to either like comb out her lashes, comb out her brows, or to use to clean up little mascara mess ups. So thank you, Rachel, for that amazing, amazing tip. Taking that little wand right on in there. I love this little wand because I can kind of stamp that mascara right at the base of my lashes, and it gives a faux eyeliner look. So if I don't have time, energy, or a desire to wear eyeliner, this mascara gives me that. Oh, I just did it again. Mary, stop talking so much while you do mascara. This is a riot. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm almost done. But I am done with my lashes, because if I do any more, I'm going to be a disaster. I am going to put on a little bit of a lip product. Which one do I want? I'm going to do this one. It's pretty. So this month's special is you get one of the eyeshadow palettes, plus you get a lip liner and a lipstick. I have 3 exclusive shades available. The one I'm going to be wearing today is called Graceful. Let me check this one. Can I touch you and you don't? Yes. Okay. Here, I'll show you how I clean this sucker up. So what you do is you get a spoolie, and it needs to be clean, and you're going to get on top of that, dry a piece of mascara, and you just kind of go back and forth like you were brushing your teeth. And it brushes most, if not all, of the product away, and then you can clean up with your concealer. So I touch it and see if it comes off on my finger. Once it doesn't, I know it's dry. And then I just go back and forth. You know, it's generally your light eye skin, which you don't want to be too rough with, so don't go crazy. You know, don't take your Sonicare toothbrush to it. You don't want to do anything like that. And then I just take my foundation brush that I had, and I just kind of go right back over it. Ah, so good. Yay. All better. All better. Let's go in with this lip liner. I had it, and then I cleaned up my face. Ah, here we go. Here's how you overline your lips if you're over 40 and you want your lips to look a little fuller. You got 2 peaks to your lips right here. Here's a peak, and here's a peak. You can make an X like that if you want, but I'm going to tell you, if you want your lips to look a little bit more fuller, you almost want to round it. So from a uppercase M to a lowercase m. And right there on those peaks, you're going to go to the peak of your lips, if not even a little over it. And then what you're going to do is you are going to draw them in. You don't go all the way here. You're actually going to stop a little sooner. What I even like to do is almost like, put my lips like that and then draw it, and that's where it's going to end. Awkward silence. So this line is what I'm following. And then I take my finger before the lip liner sets and I just kind of smudge it. And what that does is it's going to redraw kind of the lines to my natural face, the lines to my natural lips. You can, if you want, fill in your whole lip with the lip liner. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to overline right down here. And I can go like this to kind of figure out where I want it to go, or I could just kind of mimic, you know, it's ending more here, not here. And I don't overline the entire thing. I'm just overlining basically what's under my nose. Same thing, you're gonna smudge. You don't wanna have crazy, crazy lip liner. And I just kind of soften it out. And then I'm going to be putting on the same exact color of a lipstick. Once again, this is a limited edition shade called Graceful. The good thing about lip liner is it gives you like a color inside the lines kind of feel to it. I want to fix that. So you don't have to be super exact with this big, you know, like if you were drawing with a crayon, you wouldn't be able to be super exact, but if you had a fine tipped marker, you could. And it's the same thing with lipstick and lip liner. Oh, love it. Love it. Look how nice that goes with that blush, right? It's got some of those purpley elements to it. All right, my friends, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to spray with some setting spray. I'm ready for physical therapy. You know, it's the little things in life, my friends. The little things in life bring you joy. Remember, if you want to join me tomorrow night for our coffee date, that 20-minute virtual hangout session, your camera does not have to be on. You do not have to talk. You'll be doing me a solid to come on in and keep me company, get to know a little bit about what I do or the products that I sell, the nonprofit that I support. And as a thank you, I will send you a coffee card. Just put coffee below, or you can register in the link that I have right here in the comments. I truly, truly appreciate you hanging out with me. Feel free, of course, to share this video if you think that someone, one of your friends or anyone might like it, that they might like some of the tips or tricks that I shared. So feel free to share and come on back and write the word shared. I'm gonna have to find a fun word for shared. But that's the scoop. So I hope you enjoyed this Minute with Mary. Have a gorgeous Tuesday, and I'll talk with you soon, lovely. Bye.